Welcome. And today we're going to talk about the design thinking, the importance of studying design and design thinking in the AI era. What is important for the next generation of designers, and how at NewSchool we implemented these methodologies in our teaching and programs. First of all, I'd like to start from what is design and what we do design, and start from a very important but basic concept that is human history is deeply interwoven with the influence of technological advances, and so is the history of design. Design is defined as the expertise, the knowledge, and the practice of creating digital or physical goods, also environments. And the process is generally grounded in research and involved user experience. It's important to understand the environment that surrounds us, that is characterized by complex systems of physical and digital products. Before the digital revolution, design thinking was applied primarily to industrial products, physical, material, tangible things. With the advances of the digital revolution, and this is the 30 years of Google, the World Wide Web, or smartphones, to a world in which we primarily interact through voice recognition to a series of new tools. The interaction paradigms of these new tools is all to be seen and still very uncertain. Like you have probably seen the rabbit technology or the project of a leak in which a new system of assistance for elderly people is provided through completely automated systems through AI, and the presence of AI is represented by an object in the house, which is all to be seen if it's the right interface to deal with. And the third point being related to the system themselves. So designers will be involved in the design of the next generation of AI-enabled products and services. It means that nowadays, many of the companies and startups, the big companies and startups, are working on using AI to really transform the way we provide many services in our daily lives. Think about healthcare and how a certain application of AI can transform what is now early detection of disease into preventive healthcare. Once all these new services will be ready, they will have to be used by humans. And that's where our job is, to how these things enter in our lives. So it's important that we implemented all of this thinking into the school to really transform and evolve our curricula, and to make more current for this new transformation and new challenges on how to become a designer. We still believe that the first point, and that's what we teach in foundation, is a solid design culture, a solid foundation in design thinking and making. Our program normally starts with very basic concept on how to really, that are design concept, design thinking, culture based, that really make the sense of why things are made in a certain way and how we can make, and thinking why making. This is extremely important as a solid foundation. The second point is what we have defined as human-centered. So the learning and practicing design research methodologies based on understanding users starts across the whole curricula from the first year to the last. Examples of classes obviously has design research classes or human factors, where we study users, we go to interview users, we go to test and prototype new ideas, and we collect feedbacks with all the methodologies that we now have. From traditional ways of prototyping, we moved into more sophisticated. For example, one exercise we did recently was to create personas for a new experience through AI. And then we compared the persona creation with the actual interview of actual users for the service. The third point is the focus on the product service systems. Like we said, everything that we use every day is part of a complex system of functionalities that are offered through physical and digital experiences. In order to learn that, we need to learn how to really design an experience, from journey mapping and understanding what the actual phases of the full experience are for every customer, to the actual blueprinting of what a system and how the system behaves in each stage of such a complex experience. So it's no longer just the app design, which has its own complexity, but how this lives into the system the apps is connected to. Everything we do in our daily life, again, is transformed more and more by the technologies, and immense, actually limitless possibilities are now available. If you think about self-driving vehicles and how they could transform the normal idea or the traditional idea of a market a retail experience in a neighborhood. AI is helping transforming or intervening in, for instance, difficult projects as law enforcement or supporting the safety and security of people on the streets, preventing possible accidents, giving user the possibility of being alerted and being conscious of what's going on. As we see again, the concept of interacting with the new generation of intelligent object is becoming key. When we will coexist with self-driving car, we will have to start to learn how to communicate with this new entities. And finally, and most importantly, one of the aspects that we underline is how to instill in the mind of the new designers, of the new design thinkers, a new system of values. Well, we will deal with these such complex systems that require AI to function and a tremendous amount of data. We need to be able to understand or pre-understand or evaluate the impact on the environment and society at large. This means that we need to identify what are the potential benefits of each project, both if they have a social objective or if they are normal activities in daily lives. For this, we dedicated a lot of senior studios project to very complex project, both for social or for environmental reason. We also are experimenting in a new classes, the actual design ethics and how to implement all of these values, such as inclusion, diversity, sustainability, into every single app, system, or design that we develop. And obviously implementing ideas in relation to, for example, the UN Sustainable Goals. These system of values are becoming the next toolkit, part of the next toolkit of the designers and design thinkers. And they have to be used as well as the other tools that we are used to as designers. In conclusion, I would say that generative AI is offering new tools for designers for ideation, research, design development, and also development of new products or service or systems. But as tools, they won't replace the human ability to envision what does not yet exist, the critical sense necessary to interpret and select. And that's why all the aspects that I just described such as research, such as user involvement and human-centered design are so important, and why we are involving or introducing AI tools in those aspects as well. We also know that innovation comes from unexpected connections, from lateral thinking, from ambiguous interpretation, and unspoken needs. And so that requires a lot of interpretation, a lot of critical thinking, and a lot of selection. And I want to leave you with a quote from Steve Jobs, where, at some point when one of the products was about to be launched on the market, and people wanted to add functionalities to that product, he said, innovation is not about saying yes to everything, it's about saying no to all, but the most crucial features. And with this, I thank you for the attention.